Survival mode does not announce itself. It does not start with a breakdown, a big crisis, or a moment where everything falls apart. It shows up in smaller ways, ways that are easy to explain away. That's why so many men stay trapped in it for years. Sign 1. You're quick to irritation. One of the first signs is a shorter fuse, not rage, not explosions, just irritation. Small things get under your skin. Noise, interruptions, people being inefficient, minor problems that shouldn't matter, but do. You're not angry all the time. You're just less patient than you used to be. And here's the key point. That irritability isn't a personality flaw. It's a nervous system under constant load. When you're in survival mode, your system is permanently braced. So even small friction feels like too much. Sign 2. Your focus is fragmented. Another sign is difficulty concentrating, not because you're distracted by nonsense, but because your attention is split. You sit down to think, but your mind keeps scanning. What's next? What's unresolved? What could go wrong? You're present, but never fully. Focus becomes shallow. Sustained thinking, exhausting. The mistake most men make here is assuming they're losing sharpness. They're not. Their brain is prioritizing vigilance over depth, because in survival mode, staying alert feels safer than going deep. Sign 3. Small problems. Feel disproportionate. In survival mode, minor issues feel heavier than they should. A small setback can sour your entire day. A minor inconvenience drains more energy than it deserves. You recover, but slowly. Not because the problem was big, but because your margin is thin. When you're operating without slack, everything costs more. Emotionally, mentally, physically, and that constant cost adds up. Sign 4. You've lost tolerance for extra. You've lost patience for anything that isn't essential. Social events feel like obligations. Conversation feels effortful. Even things you used to enjoy can feel like work. Not because you've stopped caring, but because enjoyment requires space. And survival mode eliminates space first. You're conserving energy, even if you don't realize it. Sign 5. You're always on, even when you rest. This one catches a lot of men off guard. You might rest, but you never feel restored. Time off doesn't reset you. Sleep doesn't fully recharge you. Your body slows down, but your system stays alert. You're resting on the surface, while something underneath never quite switches off. And that's a system that doesn't feel safe enough to fully stand down. The pattern that most men miss. Here's the pattern tying all of this together. You are not falling apart. You're holding it together, far too tightly. Survival mode does not make life chaotic. It makes life narrow. Less patience, less focus, less tolerance, less enjoyment, more control, more vigilance, more endurance. And because you're still functioning, you assume this is just how life feels now. These signs aren't random. They're signals. Signals that survival mode has become your default. In the next video, we'll talk about how to exit survival mode without blowing up your life. Not by escaping responsibility, but by changing how your system relates to it. Because survival mode was never meant to be permanent, and neither was merely enduring your life. Watch this video next for an easy-to-follow plan that shows you exactly how to get out of survival mode.